Talking with Words.
Welcome back to Talking with Words. You're here with Rob,
Alan,
James,
Cameron,
and Ryan.
And tonight we are going to watch, it's not a cult classic, it's just an amazing film, I guess.
Spectacular film.
it is a classic, though.
It's a classic.
It's good in there. Yeah. It's 25 years old. It counts.
You know what we're talking about. The Rock.
well, it's no martini stirred, not shaken.
Well, we're going to get into that shit because I had an argument with someone at a bar a long time ago about that whole thing. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing, even though I can't imagine anyone that's listening to this has not seen The Rock. If you have, you might want to go watch it before listening to this. Might make a little more sense to all the shit we're going to be talking about later because we're not going to stay on script at all.
Or if you want the extended version, we'll just quote it to you at the end of this podcast.
Oh, God.
I mean, you're going to be hearing the movie, but it's going to be through our mouths, Cameron. The plot of this 1996 gem is a mild-mannered chemist and an ex-con must lead the counterstrike when a rude group of military men led by a renegade general threaten a nerve gas attack from Alcatraz against San Francisco. Sounds like a normal San Fran day. This also has everyone in the world in it.
Yes.
It's got so many people. I was looking at this when we decided to do this. You're going to know a lot of these names that were big then or are big now.
Or both.
Or both.
I love when you guys stare at each other like right into your
we need to do the cameras more.
Oh, my gosh. Like, you guys were staring into each other's souls there for a second.
I felt it in my ribs. I had to look away. This stars Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris, John Spencer, David Morse, William Forsythe, Michael Biehn, John C. McGinley, Tony Todd,
Vanessa Marcel,
Steve Harris,
Vanessa Marcel. She plays his wife. She's not a huge role in this, but
she was in like General Hospital or something, right?
I don't remember if it's General Hospital. She was on Las Vegas, and I feel like she was on one of the daytime soaps for like years.
General Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember watching this, and the girl I was dating at the time was like, "Oh, is this General Hospital? Like, what the hell are you talking about? That's Nick Cage she's writing. Is this what you watch on TV?"
You're like, get out.
What channel? Do we have a parent's guide? Blood.
Yes. Got it. Rated R for strong violence, language, and a sex scene.
Oh.
Singular.
Sex and nudity mild, violence and gore moderate. I'm surprised that first scene didn't
I'm
tip
surprised
that
that's
one over the
moderate.
edge.
Yeah, there's a few I can think of.
Profanity severe.
That's correct.
Alcohol, drugs, and smoking mild, frightening, and intense scenes moderate.
He got away with a lot in this.
It was the 90s.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, today
it was a better time.
PG-13.
isn't this like on TNT like every year at least once?
I think it's
they're just missing about 157 words.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like Die Hards. They're all on, but they're all 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
This is also Michael Bay.
This is one of Michael Bay's best films.
This is Michael Bay before he Michael Bayed himself.
Yeah.
Because everything else since then has been Transformers.
That makes sense to everyone.
Except for
listening,
13
too.
hours.
Style stuff. Except for there is one exception.
13 hours is the exception, but
It's a great film.
yeah.
But we will be noting explosions, car racing.
Oh, I thought in our pants is what we're okay. Sorry.
Well, we're at 2 already.
Oh.
I can smell it. Can you? Anyway. Anything else we want to say? Because we're going to be quoting it. Who's going to be Connery first? Me, probably?
Yeah. we already established that.
I just assumed.
For sure.
I think I've only seen the movie once, maybe twice.
Get out.
Are you serious?
once.
For real?
Yeah.
You too?
Probably in 96.
Nice. James, you too, for real?
Yeah.
Really?
So I thought this was going to be more like The Fifth Element, and everybody would be able to quote the film.
Oh, it's going to be... Sean's going to come out.
Yeah, I mean, he just tried.
He's back there. Yeah, let's watch this because we already know it all, and we're going to be quoting it the whole time, so we'll be in fuel mode.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get some Connery in us.
We're getting fueled.
Get rocked. What song?
I think Taylor again.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was amazing.
Well, now that I see the hand shaking, I get it.
She's patented her own salt and pepper shakers
Michael
too.
J. Fox.
We're not recording.
Is that a Parkin fashion? Instead of well, I guess it'd be older fashion.
You can keep Megan Fox. We'll take Michael J.
God.
Does Megan Fox have Parkinson's?
Not yet.
She's an actress. She'll figure it out.
Have you seen what they've done to Christina Aguilera? That poor body is gone.
Yeah, the poor body is gone.
Yeah, shouldn't have it anymore.
Didn't she like lose a whole bunch of weight?
I mean, she's like negative pounds now.
She traded with someone. I think there's a gypsy curse about that somewhere.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah.
They took her from us, Ryan.
Well, now I gotta
No.
go look.
I think she might be under 100 pounds.
I'll take Christina Aguilera circa 1999.
Exactly.
Red Baboon.
She's starting a new film.
Maybe.
Yikes. Taylor?
Yikes.
I was thinking that line from Harold and Kumar.
You guys ready to do this?
I thought we
Oh
were.
yeah.
Talk about The Rock. That turned into Christmas music.
Time to rock talk. Let's rock talk.
When's the last time you guys have seen this? Because Ryan and I were quoting the entire thing.
I think it may have been the
6
year
weeks
it came
ago.
out. I remember after seeing the missiles and the green balls that I have seen it before, but it's been that long. That's really like the only touch point I've got to the 90s and watching this.
That's impressive.
I'm going to say at least 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a little while for me, but I used to watch it every day.
It's a good movie.
It's
Yeah,
one
it's
of my
good.
favorite films
It's
back
good.
in the late 90s.
I had like 30 VHSs when I lived in Argentina, and this was one of them.
It's one of them. Oh,
I
you upgraded
bought-
to 30? Thought you had like 7.
I bought a bunch when I went there because there was nowhere you couldn't go rent them, and they were all in Spanish.
They didn't have Blockbuster in Argentina?
Nope.
Well, they did, but his name is Juan.
Yeah, it was a different kind of age limit to enter the back room.
Ooh.
What are we talking about?
Huh? Yikes.
I'll have pleasure in getting you, boy.
Really good.
Now let's repeat that. Let's repeat that line like 10 more times to get the phrasing down.
This, I forgot how many quotable lines are in this movie until we're going through it. There was only one where we're like, okay, this is the one.
Yeah.
Zeus's butthole I forgot about completely.
Oh, yeah.
Ad-libbed, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, there were like 5 or 6 different times where Cage would do the Cage thing where he's just talking and then, what are you?
Yep.
He did it in the jail cell and then he did it in the tunnels a few times. But you could always tell when it's something different.
There's no time to question his acting method. He's too busy exclaiming.
Doesn't Long Legs, he even did it one time in the car just to do it. It's just one of his.
But this was like
Thanks.
this was peak Nicolas Cage time frame because this was The Rock,
Con Air,
Face
Face
Off, and he had already done Raising Arizona and
I mean, this
what's
was
the other one.
This was right when he got all the money, lost it, and then did every movie imaginable.
Yeah. This was when he bought his Transylvania castle and T-Rex head.
His
time
T-Rex
frame.
skull.
Yeah.
Trivia said that he wanted his character not to curse.
He did a good job most of the film.
And
There were a lot of freakings.
Yeah.
Zeus's butthole was born because of it.
It was okay for him to have simulated sex on the rooftop,
Sure.
but not okay to curse.
Sure.
Well, it's Vanessa Marcel. I get it.
He just makes backgrounds for his characters, though.
Now, his character did curse,
At the end,
but he wanted him not to.
which
You loosen your morals when you're on the verge of death.
and you're punching someone in the mouth with the most deadly substance.
To be fair, I mean, it kind of fit that quirky scientist character.
exactly.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I could see him because he added didn't he add the Rocket Man stuff and all that? So it's just him building that character in his brain and
Yep.
being like, this is what it's going to be.
Yep.
And it visualized really well all the little ticks that he put into it. So one of the questions I had, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people, does anybody think this was supposed to be old James Bond captured?
They definitely implied it with the dialogue.
Well,
You
especially
could
with
easily
Sean
ma-
Connery's line about, I was British Secret Service.
Yeah. I was trained by the breast.
Yes.
British intelligence.
Which the conversation I had with somebody, I was saying, yeah, it's probably just his homage to it. and he said this guy went into it. He's like, Bond was a Navy, and in this he says something else. It's like, let's not get into it. Even the coordinates on the rock aren't right. We don't need to worry about it. Yeah,
It was clearly meant for
yeah.
masses to get that. It
Yeah.
wasn't meant to be like a trick.
And he
So
had
it's not a true tie-in, just a homage.
such a
Yes.
great intro in this movie. The character introduction. Everybody had a decent one. His was definitely the best, though. Unless you like the cockroaches exploding in the lab for Stanley there.
Who doesn't?
They're delicious.
That's after they're playing with Nerf guns in the office.
Yeah.
I did love how they introduced the guy as the trainee before they sent him in there to help with.
Hey, you got to
go
learn
through the
somehow.
box. Nobody had red shirt printed on them quite so loudly as that guy.
Just waiting for him to die.
Yeah. I mean, they got to have somebody to carry the cockroaches. That's what
Yeah.
the trainees are for.
You got the cockroaches? Yes.
I just loved it. He thought, oh, this is fun. Nudie magazines. Oh, it's a baby doll. Let's work the arms on the baby doll. It's like, no, wait, don't do that.
Yeah, he was not serious at all, and Nick Cage was very serious in that sequence.
And then they only gave him one line to work with inside the cage. It's on my glove.
It's eating my suit.
It's eating my
Almost
suit.
stabbed myself in the heart with this thing.
So yeah, they gave the guy the same line. Do this 10 different ways, and then we used them all.
Yep. Cut.
It worked.
Do you think you could pull the trigger on stabbing yourself in the heart with a 6-inch
I don't think so. I don't think anybody can.
needle that was pretty girthy?
I think
That's
if
pretty
I'm,
girthy.
I think if you know you're about to die,
if I'm
yes.
facing death,
I'm just referencing Pulp Fiction. It took a lot of force to get that through
Yeah.
the sternum.
Yeah.
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 Injecting into the heart, that's
I don't know if I'd be able
even know
to
if
do
that's
it.
possible. You
Oh,
gotta get it-
so you mean physically being able to do it, not just being able to pull the trigger and stab
Well,
yourself?
It's also like, punching through a coffin underneath, 6 feet of dirt. You don't have the leverage. Your arm's only this far from your chest. How are you going to get up enough?
Oh, yeah, you got to.
You don't watch enough Bruce Lee.
Unless you're going to
You
like
can get it.
Just stabbing the shit out of yourself.
Oh shit, that was just a long.
no, to make that work, they would have to come at some angle. He could not have pierced his own sternum. I don't think.
Kind of wish
That
that
needle.
version existed.
But I
You
don't
just
know.
don't work out enough, James.
Count the ribs. Just go for the ribs.
It's like the Charlie Day giving the EpiPen in Horrible Bosses.
yeah.
Yes.
Is it getting out?
Well, I'm not a doctor, but it seems, based on all of my movie references, which are clearly not educational, it seems like it'd be really tough.
You just got to work out more, James. It's okay.
You just got to really want to live.
Yeah.
It's the reverse jerking off motion. You'd have to put a band so that you.
Hey, if I have to pump something to save my life, I've got that one down. I just don't think I can stab myself with a, how big is that needle?
Quick, James, you're about to die.
Just go clockwise if you don't mind.
Where's Diddy? Where's he hiding?
Oh shit! I thought you were talking about.
Debbie?
Yes.
That's what I thought at first.
I didn't go pee. I went straight.
Of course I meant Debbie.
Wow.
I hope you're listening to this, Debbie.
We miss you.
You're on everyone's mind, apparently.
She was here for this one last year.
She's
Ain't no party like a Debbie party.
Yeah, that was Ghost of Mars.
Ghost of Mars. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She
You're
knows what's
welcome.
up. She knows what's up. Hey, Debbie.
Well, this isn't really my type of film,
Yeah.
but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
P. Debbie.
Oh, God.
New nickname. Unlocked.
I'm going to let you call her that exclusively.
Oh, God, no. Just kidding.
Next time we go to Clinton.
Yep. Only a few more years.
I'll bring extra banana bread.
I also really liked, and I don't remember this as much, but the guys going in, the forces, the mercs, terrorists, whatever we want to call them.
Ex-Marines.
The ex-Marines, yeah. Because some of them were Navy, some of them were Marines. The two guys that were new were Navy men, I
Were
believe.
they both? I thought they were all Marines.
I mean, Marines,
Well, aren't the
Yeah.
Marines kind of?
yeah. Anyway, when they raided to get the gas, and when they took over Alcatraz, they didn't kill anybody.
Nope.
They-
Less lethal.
Yeah, they use less than lethal means
bean bags and trank darts
across the board, which I liked that more this time since I'm sitting down and not just watching fucking around.
Yeah.
It fits in better with the theme of Hummel losing control of his group from the very beginning. They're very organized. They're not killing. They follow his command to a T, and then at the end, it just falls apart. And I think seeing that this time and actually paying attention to it makes his character more noble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In his own way of, I think you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, his whole thing was, not unnecessarily killing. He's concerned with all the stories and lies that have been made up to cover up
Right.
the 83 Marines that have died under his command. And so, that completely defeats the purpose. If they're going to kill a bunch of guys, you're not going to, you lose 17 people on base. You can't chalk that one up to a training exercise at 9 different points on the base at 3:00 in the morning.
Right. I think it's an act of lunacy.
Yep.
Are we at 33% yet? I would say so.
We're pushing 40.
Okay.
He got there.
Chubbed?
Don't worry about us.
Okay.
We got a side bet.
Okay. Is that how much I'm talking like Sean Connery?
Yep.
Correct.
Now I'm going to start talking like Prince.
Yes.
Well, there's never been an accent that's more fun to do than Sean Connery's.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I can only do Family Guy impersonating Sean Connery.
That works.
No, James. Yes. 10 yes. 10 no's and a yes means yes.
Cameron?
No.
That wasn't very good.
No.
There you go. That's closer. Warmer. Better.
Quick question.
Everywhere.
Them kind of releasing him from prison. In my mind, I went to Boondock Saints when they're releasing the Beast. Is the Beast an homage to Mason? Do you think?
Oh, it could be. The dad?
The dad, like the style, everything coming out of the maximum security.
Well, and
prison,
Billy
everything.
Connolly is also Scottish.
Right?
El Duce,
El Duce.
Yeah.
the Duke.
You think? I mean, there's got to be some sort of connection there. Even
And-
the way they do it, like, oh, there's just one guy.
They would have been, well, man, they were filmed very close to the same time.
Boondock Saints came out in 99.
99, right? Yeah.
That's a film.
I'm surprised we haven't done that one
It's
yet,
on the
actually.
list.
Yeah, it's been on the list since the conception.
As
Yeah.
a deep cut. I'm just thinking that like white silky hair, all chained up.
Did you get to touch it?
Those flowing locks.
Just yeah.
It's a
I don't know.
grunge thing.
It is a grunge thing. As soon as I saw it, though, that's where my mind went was Boondock Saints.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they show him in the prison when they're talking about him in that bathroom scene in Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Although I hated the hairdresser guy.
I
It's just the worst
I enjoyed
character.
him.
Stylist.
That was the worst character in the whole movie.
Was it a little on the nose
No, it
for
was,
the
It was San Francisco.
all wrong.
no, for the flamboyant gay?
It was so forced.
Yeah,
It's called
I
acting.
like your hair.
Are you happy with your haircut?
The Robert Downey Jr. It's the straight guy playing a gay guy playing a straight guy playing a gay guy.
and we talked about it a little bit in that suite scene. They were calling the cops because when they threw the body over, there was a stunt double hanging, and people could see it happen like 2 or 3 different times. And they were calling the cops like some dudes get like I don't know what they're doing over there at the hotel, but they were filming it. They had like 4 or 5 different things in San Francisco that they filmed. I think there were people in the car chase scene that you could see multiple times because they were just walking with the shots a lot of the time. So it was like he was in front of this and in front of that store 6 blocks away at the same time.
See, those guys don't get enough credit in either in credit scenes or award wise. They hung him from a building. The cops were called, and we don't know his name.
Yep. That's
So
stunt
perks of
department
being
for you.
the fall guy.
The fall guy, exactly. No, it's not interrogation. When they bring him in from prison in the sit down, that's probably my favorite scene in this whole movie. That whole sequence of
Interrogation room.
yeah,
Of forcing
you force
Cage's character.
Goodspeed in there, yeah,
Yeah.
who is a bumbling idiot and nervous as hell, and let him just give him everything he wants. Up to
Should go ahead and have his. Should throw in a trip to Tahiti while you're at it.
just take his cuffs off, please. And he backs away in the chair 6 feet. And then the end when that's when you get your first hint of what Connery's capable of with the quarter in the window.
Yeah. Just how resourceful he is and why he's escaped from 2 maximum security prisons.
You piece of shit. How many is that? Are we counting?
We're not counting.
We
we're just
lost
doing
count a while
percentage. Yeah.
There's only so many numbers.
That's not true.
There's only 9.
Shit.
And
Seven?
Alan,
Only 9 numbers.
Shit.
don't you fucking start.
Seven?
Yeah. I think I've only seen the movie like once, maybe twice.
Did you not enjoy it?
And I've never seen it all the way through. And honestly, I don't think I saw it all the way through tonight either.
What?
Well, I had to go pee.
There was a lot of it that was so over the top.
That's Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
it was-
welcome.
Have you met Nicolas Cage?
But the scenes of them escaping through San Francisco, the car chase, the vehicles they used, the explosion under the streetcar.
The trolley.
Street
Yeah.
trolley.
Yeah. So that was huge.
Lifts
Yeah.
it 50 feet in the air.
And I wonder if where did they film that? They didn't
San Francisco.
Yeah,
San Francisco.
that was all done on site. Yeah. On location.
with the real trolley.
Had to get like 90
Well, that
signatures
one-
to do that.
I mean, it was a
scene.
stripped down trolley.
Yeah, and it had,
It's
you
a-
could
it's
see it
all
had wheels and
fiberglass,
stuff on
yeah.
it. But yeah, they blew a bunch of shit up. They had tons of stuff going on.
I mean, it was no Blues Brothers, but they tried.
But I appreciate the over the topness. That made it good. But still, there's part of me that resists the whole idea that Nicolas Cage's character is witnessing this trolley get blown up into the air like second story high, and he still has time to get out of his tiny sports car and decide, oh, that's going to come at me. With that much force involved, it's going to happen like that.
Not
You can't get away
necessarily.
from it.
That thing doesn't slide really quickly on its side.
And he shot his
Anyway,
airbag. He was
It
fine.
makes for a great movie, but it's so, again, over the top.
Yeah.
It's over the top, but I don't think that would have been.
That's a different movie.
I mean, it's not sliding at 50 miles an hour on its side. It's going to get there.
Yeah, streetcars don't go very fast.
Yeah.
Unless
Especially
they desire.
when they're on their side and not using the wheels.
The streetcar conductor, though.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
That guy was great.
I think this falls in line with 6% of Americans think they can win in a bear fight.
It's only 6. I assumed it'd be like
be higher.
60.
I didn't want to.
well, I have fought a couple of bears.
Yeah, you didn't win those fights either.
Was
Well,
all their
you
names
win some,
Daddy?
you win
had
some.
him pinned for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn it!
That sounds like a win to me. Oh, God. Also, some of the shit Sean Connery said, the losing my sex appeal. What
Oh, yeah.
After 30 years in an all-male prison,
No, he says,
What do I have to go back
it's like,
to?
oh, this is more exciting than my average day. Reading poetry, avoiding gang rape in the
shower.
washrooms. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my sex
Must be
appeal.
losing my sex appeal.
Sex.
Sex. Sex.
well, he said avoiding gang rape in the showers, but although that's easier now than it used to be.
Yeah.
Must be losing my sex appeal.
Sex.
Is it easier because you're sexier?
Although it hasn't been a problem lately.
He did have that long flowing hair. Because you can get a haircut in prison, FYI. Somebody will cut your hair.
I don't know about his prison.
Yeah.
True.
Well, yeah. I mean, no scissors.
Yeah.
As
Can't
resourceful
cut
as he
anybody's balls
was,
off with a trimmer now, can we?
But if he grew his hair long enough, he could use it as like a
Rapunzel.
robe
Rapunzel.
and like choke somebody to death with it.
Oh. Were you here for Cobweb?
I think you were.
No.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
That was his next plan. He's just going to let his hair grow out. That was going to be his next weapon.
I don't
Tie it
think
into his bush.
He was already planning that third escape.
You're gonna replay that one too, huh?
Probably.
I don't know if you can get haircuts in solitary.
I don't think so.
I feel like he spent a lot of time in solitary,
I think he lived in
Spe-
solitary for
yeah.
the most part.
especially after escaping Alcatraz.
Well, 2. He said 2 prisons, right?
Yeah.
So Alcatraz, 1 more, and then wherever the hell they had him at this point.
He was in Wolfburg Federal Penitentiary when we
That
met
was the
him.
transfer.
And he got transferred from San Quentin
San
to
Quentin.
Wolfburg.
Yeah.
Wolfburg was where we were introduced to him. So it wasn't either of those two. So it was Alcatraz
San
and
Quentin
whatever he
also
was in.
San Francisco, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
But he didn't escape if they transferred him from
Right.
one to the other.
I
So it was wherever he was between
Yeah.
Alcatraz and San Quentin.
I mean, it seemed a little extreme that they kept him on ice for 30 years for just, like stealing some sort of document. But then they start talking about the document and just casually let loose that it's the truth about the alien landing.
Yeah.
And
They don't
who
even care
killed
about that
JFK.
anymore.
JFK, yeah.
Yeah, just casually letting loose that, oh, yeah, all those things really happened.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that's real. He saw it. He found it.
We've only got a few more years till they tell us about JFK. They've already admitted to aliens and UFOs.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
The
I
film
had
was
a-
just ahead of
Interesting.
its time.
I had a long conversation with Chris. Chris, you want to tell him about our UFO talk?
I'm waiting
Okay,
for
we'll
Chris.
just talk later.
Oh, I can talk UFOs.
Oh, I know. That's why we're not going to do it
We're
right
aware.
now. But that is a conversation I think we should have at
Our
some point.
alien
I
overlords.
support it.
We'll have an alien,
Just hit play.
we'll have an alien podcast. The hell were we talking about before that came upon us?
His
Jails, his
Yeah.
prisons.
Yes.
Yeah. Prison.
30-year sentence.
For stealing the microfilm that had all of America's secrets and trash on British members of Parliament.
If you think about it, so he was in there for 30 years. This movie was filmed when?
1990.
90 came
So
out in
that
96, would have been filmed in 95.
1966.
So
When was he
1965.
playing James Bond?
He was James Bond in the 60s and 70s.
What is that?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I think
That's
that was
pretty-
on the microfiche too.
The Bond movies?
No, he was Bond.
He was bound.
Oh,
We
wow.
talked. We covered that, I believe.
Yeah.
With
That was in
long,
your bear
silky
story.
hair.
Are we talking Bush?
What
Well,
kind
if
of?
they didn't cut the hair, they didn't trim the bush. Well, it was the 90s. So you kind of go either way in the 90s.
It's true.
I did.
Well, there's a time and place, everything. That's called college.
Oh, college. I stayed at my uncle's.
Uncle
Uncle
Steve's in
Stevens?
Gatlinburg.
You got it. We're all on the same page here. Going back to the car sequence, that was also the first huge Michael Bay shot
Yeah.
where they do the pullback spin, like multiple angles,
That was cool.
spinning. I mean, he does that in every movie now. He established it. Was it this movie or I don't remember which one came out first because it was like this, Bad Boys.
Bad.
He had like three
They
or four.
both came out when I was living in Jacksonville, so they
Was
were
Armageddon his?
Yeah.
He did Armageddon?
Yeah.
No.
Was that Michael Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably more
I think
aware
so.
of camera angles and stuff since hanging out with you guys, but that one really stood out in this film. I think I would have noticed that regardless.
He got kind of famous for it. That's one of that and Explosions.
Yeah.
Of course, it was Nick Cage's stoic face
It was Michael Bay.
Yeah.
that gets the camera angle too.
Well, yeah. Well, you got to have the figure in the close up, and then you got to have a bunch of shit going on in the background, but you can't really show it because you got to spin around really fast while the main character turns the opposite direction. That's the
Bad-
Michael Bay shot.
Bad Boys was first. It was
Yeah,
95.
Bad Boys,
So
The Rock. Then
he did it in
Armageddon.
that, and then he's done everything since, I think.
Yeah.
So if you ever watch a Michael Bay movie, just wait for the Michael Bay shot because you're going to get at least one.
I
Like
would
we
have
said.
I would have practiced this shot.
He's coming at least once.
Don't
Oh,
abandon the winning
at
formula.
least. I mean, it worked for him. It almost worked for the Matrix sisters. I can't remember their names
The
now.
Wachowski
Oh,
brothers.
the Wachowskis, yeah. Oh,
Sisters.
sisters.
I can't remember their
Yeah,
new
yeah,
names. Wachowskis.
Yeah.
The W's.
Yeah, they did the bullet time stuff, and that stuck around for a little while. And then they didn't make any more good movies.
Correct.
You didn't like Matrix Reloaded?
I remember watching it, I think.
Nostalgia only.
Yeah.
That was the same podcast that never got aired, and Taylor and James did Vogue before arguing about Lord of the Rings.
I would love to listen to that.
Oh,
That was fun.
I didn't know I didn't hear that one. I need to go back and dig that out.
That was your
Was that surgery?
that was post surgery, and
That might be why.
it was also 4.5 hours of recording.
Oh,
I'd love to
We've
hear
got
that.
video
Give
of
me
it,
a deep
too.
cut.
Oh, video.
Jesus.
I'll have to find that one.
Oh,
Give me a
sounds
deep
like
cut.
I may have a
New Year's
copy
Eve
of some of
review.
this.
Yikes.
That sounds fun.
Did you go off on him or something?
Off
We talked
putting?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, y'all
That's neither
nerded.
here nor there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It wasn't.
Well, that, in Lord of the Rings is just same as Brokeback Mountain. Two guys went up the top of the hill and destroyed a ring. Right?
Well, technically. Does it
not
always
wrong.
get hot at the end?
With passion.
So
just like in The Rock, we had to destroy the missiles.
pull something out of them?
I understand there was some missile pack.
Pull out the
What was
green
it?
beads.
16 missiles of anal beads.
Of Will's beautiful tattoo?
Oh, yes.
So the green beads are the most memorable part of the film, though.
Oh, yeah.
They did a good job.
They
with-
just are.
Yeah.
And they made sure they marketed it in the trailer, because I remember that's, like what James was saying, that's
That
one
falling
thing.
down, hitting
One of the
foot,
key
whatever.
scenes, yeah.
Because in the trailer, I think he jumped for it, and then they cut before he grabbed it.
Yeah,
I think
they-
that was like the last scene in the trailer.
And in the whole movie, they're giving this background of how fragile these crystal
Yeah,
spheres are. And then he rolls off a tower with one.
I'm going to
his-
put it in my front
his
pocket.
hand, his pocket.
Hot pocket.
Yeah, he gets dramatically looser with his balls
Sure does.
throughout the film.
Yeah.
At least it didn't keep him in his prison wallet.
Well, when you only got
Oh.
one left, I mean, what's the point?
He puts it in his guy's mouth.
Makes
Yeah,
him
that-
swallow.
That did happen.
He did swallow, and he actually swallowed and spit
Yeah.
and coughed
It was a lot to take
his
in.
guts out.
And then Nick Cage had to, do a shot to recover.
Shot to the heart.
Took 6 inches to the chest.
Indeed.
Just titty fucked it. Yeah.
Let's just get right to it, Cameron. Fuck them titties.
It was just a little prick.
So another thing I was thinking about watching this again is there's very clear act changes that I'd never really paid attention to, because you have the opening that's establishing everything. You have it switch over to where they go into the prison and up to everybody dying essentially, and then you have or maybe even through that, maybe through when he gets captured, and then
Yeah.
it changes again
Yeah.
as you have the mutiny. I like this movie. It stands up even better now.
Well, we have the short sequence of stealing the missiles.
Yeah.
We have the short sequence introducing us to Nick Cage's character, establishing his credentials.
Right.
And then we cut over to, they've taken over Alcatraz. And once they break into Sean Connery's character, that's a whole section just by itself.
Yeah.
And really, it felt like we were so deep into the movie before we even got toward Alcatraz again,
Yeah.
because we had to chase all over San Francisco, and that act didn't end until they captured Sean Connery in front of his daughter. And then all of a sudden, we're in military mode again, and he's on board with the mission.
Yep. We're going straight in.
No further explanation required. He's on board now.
Yeah. Stanley was nice to him, so he's going to go ahead and go to Alcatraz.
Yeah,
James missed a detail. Sean Connery's daughter's hot.
she
Yeah.
was.
All right, keep going.
Wasn't she the love interest in Mallrats? The one that dumped Brody? Or not Brody, the other one.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I
didn't
just remember
She was the waitress in Mystery Men.
Meet Joe
Yeah,
Black.
No.
look- Yeah.
James
and
hit
the daughter
on
in
the
Meet
head.
Joe Black.
That's the only one I
Or-
remember.
yeah.
Daughter or granddaughter?
The daughter.
Daughter in Meet Joe Black.
I mean, her eyes are very distinctive,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
immediately knew I recognized her from somewhere, but I couldn't place it until I thought of that one. Actually, I had to go pull up IMDb, and it's like, oh, there it is. That's the one.
Which one was it?
Mystery Men.
Mystery Men?
Yeah.
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 And yes, we'll add it to the list. If it's not already on the list.
Hell yeah.
The list is several pages long at this point.
Yeah, I
It's,
think we
yeah.
watched it over just like right before
We-
Halloween.
We watched it at
Yes.
Doe's like
Yeah.
4 or 5 weeks ago.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Like we're,
Maybe if you hung out more.
The one
Cameron.
time you weren't
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
You know, you need to stop having a life and just join us at Doe.
You know, we're due for a comedy, though, aren't we?
Yes, please. Thank you.
What did we just watch?
Yeah.
I get it. There are quirky
There's some
scenes.
comedic aspects.
There was
to it.
action, comedy, romance.
You
drama.
just explained or
A rock.
described Mystery Men.
She was also
that's
in Meet Joe Black.
Well, yeah. Welcome to the conversation.
Welcome back, James.
Yeah.
Hello.
Taylor, tag out.
No.
Taylor, I gotta go take a poo. I'll be right back.
Oh man. The kills in this are also fantastic.
Yeah.
And Ryan and I were trying to figure out how many people were involved. And when I looked at the trivia at the end, it said it was 12 plus the 13 was the guy that died at the beginning,
Yeah.
and 12 was also the same amount of people they had in Die Hard that took over the Nakatomi Plaza.
Yep, that makes sense.
Oh, and then there were the 12 monkeys.
And of course, there's 12 Monkeys,
Very-
which David Morse let loose in the end of that movie.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Very theatrical number.
We could play the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon right now. We're already halfway through.
Yep.
Where's Kevin Bacon?
Easy peasy.
But the morgue, every action or kill sequence has something memorable. We were talking about the quotes and stuff.
What do you want me to do? Kill him again?
Yeah. And then his little just lessons. You must never hesitate. And just throws the knife in the back of the guy's head.
Yeah.
And he didn't hesitate when he had his turn.
He
Too
was trained
long.
by the best.
Too long. I'm glad you didn't hesitate too long.
There you go. See?
Sex
You're getting it.
Sean Connery is for you and me. That was more Bane.
Bolt the door. That's a different one. That's
Welcome to the Rock.
that's Finding Forrester.
Finding
Well,
Forrester.
speaking of
That's a good
stealing
one.
from other movies, what was the minecart chase from Temple of Doom doing in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to have their generic, what was it, Civil War fort is what he was saying it was before. Is that what that was supposed to be from?
I
Yeah, something
guess, but why
But-
would there have been minecarts?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they weren't
even if it was
mining
a
in the
fort?
Civil War.
Is that historically accurate? Like, does that check out?
Well, I think
I
it was
don't
originally like a Native American land that they took over. I think they gave it back officially.
If all that shit's there, cool. If not, we got
I don't
problems.
think they were mining
This is
anything.
bullshit.
I don't think they were mining anything. They were just using it for
Transport. Yeah. Supplies underneath the
yeah,
facility
supplies across the island.
without going through
I
Gen
mean,
Pop.
it's not like there's roads
Yeah.
around the island, really. It's
Yeah.
just,
Well, we saw it's just full of fucking trash.
yeah.
And covered in black flies.
And flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the flies.
And broken fence posts.
Yes.
Apparently.
Sure.
I love that they just like, that's not quite enough. So the morgue you have,
We need somebody impaled.
Yeah, it's an official national
What
park,
was the
but
deal?
we're not going to maintain it.
What was the deal with the elaborate furnace that he got in through?
they said what it was. What was it?
The
Boiler,
cistern.
Yes.
It was the
Steam
system
engine.
room,
Yeah.
so there's probably some water heating
They were probably
mechanism,
heating
but
water.
Yeah.
there was some weird flame sequence. Like, that's not part of any heating system I've ever heard of.
He's got to have flame so that you can have a black silhouette up to it.
Damn it.
Just shoot it. That's the Michael Bay way.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool that he timed out these flames.
Then again,
but
when was Alcatraz built? The 40s or 50s?
Well, it was around when
I don't know. I don't know what water heating technology was 70 years ago.
Well, it's an island, so they had to use
Right.
whatever they.
well,
it
I
was
hope
probably
all
coal.
of our HVAC listeners will chime in and talk about whether or not this was a real heating system or not.
what is this bullshit? Cistern my ass.
I mean, it could have been powering whatever else.
Ooh, Alcatraz was built in 1934, so therefore
Oh.
coal powered.
All right. Maybe that makes
So
sense.
just like the
Boom.
Titanic.
So
What I want to know is who's been feeding that coal for all these years.
Also,
Well, they
might,
converted to natural gas.
also might need a little minecart rail for said coal.
You
Ah,
would.
Yeah.
oh,
Okay. That makes
there we
sense
go.
then.
Tied in.
what were we doing
Checks out.
in the
All right,
Civil
that's it for
War
me. Fighting.
in San Francisco?
I
No,
don't.
the front.
I don't. The front. Over there.
I think they were pretending to be in
Oh.
the Civil War over there.
Just thought there was gold underneath. That's all. Not a big deal.
The San Franciscans, so dramatic.
Yeah,
Just the
we're-
hairdressers.
we're fighting each other over here in California, and they were just fighting the Mexicans.
Okay.
So I'm guessing. I don't know.
That's Alan, for those of you who don't know whose voice that is.
Yeah, it was Texas.
Taylor, you want to chime in about the...
I got to poop.
Okay, there you go. It's a good save.
Yeah. Better than what
Some-
we usually get.
Some crisis that we're going to talk about. We had the morgue, 2 guys died. You had the mine cart, which we talked about the fire, the little kit they give them when they go out. What was in it?
Oh,
Yeah.
1 quart of kerosene in a squeeze bottle, 3 washers, and waterproof matches.
What were
It
the
was a
washers?
great callback
What did they
scene.
use the washers for?
I don't think he did.
Oh,
Just in case. It's like the shells in Demolition Man.
Yeah,
Emergencies.
he keistered them.
What do they call those? The MacGuffins, the washers.
could be.
Well, it has to have a solid
It's gotta
plot
have a
point,
purpose.
plot
Well,
driving.
Half the kit did, but those 2 items did.
trying to think of what you could do.
Yeah, he didn't use them.
I don't know.
Yes.
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 So you had that's 2, that's 3. You had the guy
That's
that
5 total.
almost captured Goodspeed when they were walking out. Some sniper's going to get his ash.
Yeah. Broke his neck. That'd be 6.
Then you had the 3 in the I keep writing down FOB, but it's really just a headquarters.
The command center.
Yeah.
TOC.
So you had
Tactical Operations Center.
Hummel.
So Hummel
And
and Major Baxter, and
Yep.
then Sergeant Crisp.
Yes.
So that'd be 3.
Spanish Baxter.
Well, during the fight or throughout the movie?
in,
No,
in that scene where they were all in a Mexican standoff.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had the first 5.
Stay
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
Captain.
So we're at 9 right here after General, Major, and Crisp. Then after that, you've got Rocket Man.
Yep.
And then after that,
It's you.
then the guy he pushes off the roof with the
Oh, yeah, with the sniper
assault
rifle.
M249. Yeah.
What about the?
And then he comes back down, the Irish guy.
Did I ever tell
he
you my
gets
old man
choked.
was Irish?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah,
Never seen him before. And then
that's the guy who did the Spider-Man.
and then the
rappel,
last
right?
one would put him
Yeah.
at that's 13. And then the last one would be Captain Fry. So it would have been 14 including the guy.
So without the guy in the beginning.
Without the guy in the beginning, you're 13. 14 with the guy they lost ahead of time. And so that would have left $3 million extra dollars.
It also
One-
left a
Asked for $100 million, $1 million for each of the 83 Marines he lost under his hand, $1 million to himself and everybody that's working for him. That's 96. 94 if you count the guy that died at the beginning of the movie. So you got $3 million left.
And when he admitted it was all a bluff,
Probably to fuel the choppers.
yeah.
I don't blame the guys for being angry they weren't getting their money. It's like,
It was all based on the
bluff.
threat of force. He wasn't actually going to kill anybody,
so
making the threats.
So is either
They wanted
always
him to
it was
pay.
always everyone got money or we all went to jail. There was never any other option. Or die.
Or,
Yeah.
just run.
Load the VX in the choppers, take 4 hostages, and evacuate. The consequences of our actions, I'll face alone.
Mason sniffed that out from the beginning. Well, not from the beginning, but when he saw him
And-
face to face, he's
You
Well,
like,
read his
he's
eyes.
like, this dude's a soldier. He ain't doing any of this.
Yeah.
And
And
yet
let's
our intelligence is just like, he's gonna do it.
he looks like a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. He just needed something to fight for.
Well,
His wife died.
His accolades.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
Barb.
was just a sad Brad.
He just needed something to fight for.
So let's talk about the the guys he had not worked with before. Tony Todd and what was the other guy's name?
Shawshank.
Shawshank.
Yeah,
Um,
Captains Fry and Daryl.
Brian Darrell.
Baby Defoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baby William Defoe. So
Yeah,
they
Todd was Daryl and the white guy was Fry. Shawshank was Fry.
Oh, that was.
they were bloodthirsty the entire time,
Sure were.
and no one else was
Yeah.
pushing it like they were. They were definitely there to kill people, and they didn't really give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted the money, and they wanted to kill people.
But they also told you why.
Gregory Sporleader is
Yeah.
the guy's name. Sporleader.
I guess
He was also in Black Hawk Down.
That might be where I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Black Hawk Down and Shawshank are 2 of his big ones other than this.
the one black guy admitted as soon as we got here, like we admitted ourselves to
We're mercenaries.
what exactly
Oh,
this
he
is.
was
We're
in
no longer
he was in Twister too.
soldiers, yeah, for the country.
Twister.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
I haven't seen the OG Twister for a minute.
Yeah, he's had a ton of supporting roles.
He was in Never Been Kissed
What?
That's not one that I would have pulled.
as the coach.
Well, that makes sense. So
He played a pastor in Sons of Anarchy, and I vaguely remember that.
Let me check my notes real quick, Rob. I'm doing the same.
I'm pretty much done.
Dude's had some solid roles.
We did have a great intermission from Sally in the middle of this.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where you live, but make sure you don't park your trailer slightly in the sidewalk on your driveway.
Your POA gets really upset.
Oh, no, they're not upset.
Because there's literally nowhere
Just
else
one
to
lady?
walk except solely for the sidewalk.
6 feet of sidewalk are covered. Sally's in a Facebook I don't even want to say argument because she's not an arguer, apparently.
You wouldn't like her. If you
I can verify that.
Don't apologize for being in the right. I'm just going to throw that out there. Don't apologize for it.
I'm sorry.
Never apologize.
Ever. Did you guys hear that, or was that just me?
Yeah, no, I heard it.
What was that?
Was Meryl in bed?
Was it a demon in the wall?
It's in the walls.
Was that your stuff?
Glass or plastic?
They're coming out of the goddamn walls. Another great Michael Bain film.
Is that you?
That was mine.
Yes, it was me.
Okay,
Twas.
I just want to make sure.
Twas.
Keep it in there. That sounded rough.
We could go over every bit of this movie, but
I was gonna say I can quote the whole thing.
Like,
If you just want to mute it,
there would be a
Yeah.
lot to
I can do
unpack
the
on this
audio.
one for sure. We could go through scene by scene, explain it.
you can
I
go
don't
line
think we
by
need to.
line.
yeesh.
It's great. If you've never seen this film, go watch it. You are missing out on life if you haven't seen this.
This might make it back into my regular rotation after watching it again. It's been so long.
You won't regret it.
Brand new.
Feels like the first time.
Bay said it was his favorite film.
Really?
Well,
I mean, that makes sense.
maybe at the time too. So.
Of the rock films he's made.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his favorite. Can somebody get the music that we were trying to do the Peter Griffin?
Hans Zimmer.
What was this? Yeah.
Isn't that there?
The-
That wasn't it.
which did we say earlier that we had Hans Zimmer, Michael Bay, and Jerry Bruckheimer?
Jerry Bruckheimer was the producer. Michael Bay directed, and Hans Zimmer did the music.
Which
And they crushed it.
was it? What was it? Pirates that you were talking about, James, for the music?
Transformers.
And, Transformers. You were talking about.
I said
Yeah.
Pirates.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Transformers was Steve Sableski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back and listened to some of the music from Transformers, the first Transformers, with Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox. It
Shia LaBeouf.
definitely the musically there was I heard similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, when you've got a winning formula, you don't change it. And Michael Bay's got a winning formula.
It was a winning formula.
All right,
But-
James. Major flaw in the movie. Why are the boilers working on the rock when the island hasn't been used for years?
It has for tours.
He answered his
Ah.
own question
The
saying,
Rock has
screw
to
it, it's entertaining, don't you think? That was Michael Bay.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a good answer.
You know what, F it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
that-
Michael Bay. I do what I want.
Yeah, it's my movie, shut up.
Once
Yeah.
you establish, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good to go.
It's a Nicolas Cage attitude if I've ever seen one.
100%.
Remember, they locked those tourists in those prison cells for
Yeah.
at least 24 hours. So we hope the plumbing was working.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't change the mattresses.
They've got a number one rule. No number twos.
Yeah, good luck with that rule.
No
Yeah.
one's going to be as dirty as Larry Tate. Larry, what was the
What?
guy that they brought out to shoot?
Taint.
Oh, Larry Henderson.
Henderson.
Oh,
Who's Larry Tate? What is that name?
Larry
Bewitched.
Tate. Oh.
Bewitched.
Larry Tate,
Oh,
he-
yeah,
There it
Larry
is.
Tate from Bewitched. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I
Watch it every day.
Larry Tate.
I thought Larry Tate was the office linebacker.
No, that was
Possibly.
Terry.
No, you're
Terry's
thinking
late.
Terry Crews.
No, that was Tom Cruise.
Jesus.
Let's end this now.
No, here. Hey, you got to hear this one.
Jesus, he's pronounced Jesus.
This is a terrible line. Godspeed's "Eat That You Fuck" line, right?
Yeah.
We all
yes,
know.
at the- yes.
Inspired.
Was originally, "Did I ever tell you I was gonna be a dad?"
What?
Yeah, I'm so glad he Nicolas Caged that.
Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage hated it, but tried the line out of the request of Jerry Bruckheimer, who conceded it didn't work as well as what was
What he
replaced.
actually
with.
Not
did,
even close,
yes.
no.
How does that even fit into that scene?
Dad, eat this.
I don't.
Go watch the new Michael Bay movies, and I bet you see those lines get past the actors more because Michael Bay is such a big name now.
That is so
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, I mean,
Can you
he just, like,
imagine?
blew up, right?
Oh,
They went for an emotional.
I've seen a couple interviews or heard of a couple
father.
interviews where the actors, and unless you're a Nicolas Cage, you don't argue with Michael Bay.
Yeah, I would assume
That's,
that would be the way
that's
to
how
go.
you get yelled at and lose your career.
He goes Bay on you.
Yeah.
Great day for
dude,
Bay.
this is pretty gross.
Wait, Bay, wait.
The Governator was offered the role as Mason,
Oh God.
Mm.
but the the time that he was offered, the script was only 8 pages long.
I don't think he could have
80.
made it through the
80 pages.
Oh, okay, that makes more
either.
sense.
80 pages.
I don't think he could have like rotated through the boilers.
Yeah, he's just too
Also,
thick.
we got some of the
Oh,
best
that
Sean
movie.
Connery lines ever in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Shucks.
When he had
Between
his
this and James Bond, that's all of them.
And the Highlander.
Oh yeah.
because he had a lot right around here when he was pretty much ending his. Because he stopped acting, what, 2003, 4?
I don't know. Was it 2003 or?
It was definitely a 2.
Okay.
He scaled his roles back because he was in like the Kevin Costner Robin Hood, but he had a small role. Finding Forrester, no action there.
That was like 2003 or so, yeah.
Yeah, Finding Forrester was 2002, 2003 time frame.
Did I tell you I was going to be a dad?
Well,
Again?
eat this.
Show it's the sweet then. You
I'm,
guys looking at
I'm
trivia?
on
or-
trivia.
I'm
League of
That's-
Extraordinary Gentlemen,
he-
2003.
I'm feeding fish.
Oh,
was his last
yeah.
big role.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was a.
That
What
one,
was it?
that one could have been so good.
Could have been so good.
Yeah, everything past that was just like narration
Ca-
or small
cameos.
parts.
Which, I get it. He's on the Morgan Freeman narration level here.
Yeah. Well, and he had such a bizarre acting career when he was young from being Bond.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't do anything, couldn't leave his house, or else, I mean, even in hotels, people would break into his room and bathrooms and shit. It's like a beetle.
Yeah.
Would you like to be a beetle?
Well, 2003, that would have been like 40 years worth of acting. So, yeah, take a break.
You can hang it up if you want.
He just relaxed. He just died in 2020. He died Halloween of 2020, or maybe the day before,
That sounds right. Sounds on brand.
in his house in like the Bahamas or something. Like he was in the Caribbean at his vacation home. He was like 89 or 90 when he died.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds.
Sounds accurate. And Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Cheers
R.I.P.
to Tony Todd. He died this week, right?
Didn't he
Oh,
die on
Candyman,
Halloween?
that was-
No,
that
Was it last
it was
week?
last week.
2 weeks ago?
Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. It was after Halloween, but
Yeah, it made me
I
look
mean,
for a
this
Tony
is-
Todd movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
This was on the list. Oh, that'll
Yeah.
work.
Hold on.
I'm surprised
Tony
you didn't
Todd.
go with Candyman.
Tony Todd.
There he is. I don't listen to that weak ass shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the Rocket Man.
I mean, I know it fits, but I'm
How
surprised.
do you know
it? Jesus. I'm surprised he didn't try to do a Beatles tie-in, given the $600 LP he bought at the
Yeah.
beginning of the film.
Well, I think when he's on the roof with his girlfriend, Elton John's playing.
That would make sense.
I believe that's what I read. I can't
'Cause
remember.
when he
now.
was naked playing guitar, it was the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tong. That was another Nicolas Cage. We're just going to give him a guitar. Naked guitar.
And he had... So, let's talk about his apartment in San
Oh, shit.
Francisco
With
on an FBI salary. He
Good
had a
speed's
lovely
rolling it
open... yeah.
Yeah, an analyst salary.
Hey, maybe she's making bank. You know?
Maybe. But
What was her job?
I don't think that glass case of spiders and insects and moths in the living room was hers.
I missed that.
Oh, she's
It
a
was
freak.
yeah. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
But like it was guitars and nerdy stuff on the tables and shelves and stuff like that.
They were still boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
He hadn't been civilized.
Yeah. He just filled her up recently. 3 weeks ago.
Sure did.
Just turned blue.
How do you know you're pregnant?
Speaking of that pregnancy test, that's an old one.
Who carries a vial of urine in their purse?
I've never even seen that in my life.
Oh, here, I got one.
Quite honestly. I'm like, what is that?
Is that a popper?
Things have changed.
David?
You can pee on Rod if you want. He'll tell you if you're pregnant or not.
$20 a drip.
Yeah, that's pregnant.
Yeah.
We're going back to the rabbit done died at this point.
I was just gonna bring
I'll bet Hannibal.
Were you?
Rabbit done died.
Rabbit done died.
I'll bet Hannibal could tell the difference.
Oh, just by
He
smelling.
He can smell cancer.
Oh, yeah, you
or-
pregnant.
Encephalitis.
Is she pregnant?
That's how Hannibal talks, too. Oh, shit. Yeah, you pregnant.
Well, there was an old wives' tale that says if you peed in Drano and it turned pink or blue, it would tell you if it was a boy or a girl. But
I think that's if you drink it.
no, you got to pee in it. Yeah, no, that's how you.
That's how you treat
weren't
COVID.
anymore.
Okay, anything else on The Rock? The Rock.
Go watch it.
God, I love
Now.
this movie.
It's so great. The fact that you guys haven't seen it 37 times disappoints me.
It's a long movie, man.
It's barely 2 hours
That's long.
and 11 minutes.
That was long for a 1996
Including the credits.
movie.
Yeah, it's long.
Is it?
Yeah, but all the action, like Bad Boys,
It was 2
Con Air,
hours.
Face
It was
Off,
2
The
hours.
Rock, every single one of those films was 2 hours. I mean, it's no Zack Snyder film, but
Well, that was
Don't even get me started.
that was
on
what you were
that.
doing then. Yeah, we still got to watch Rebel Moon too.
No?
Yeah.
hard
No.
pass.
All right,
Zack
I'm gonna live
Snyder-
stream me watching it, just bleeding out of my eyes.
Even Ryan's saying no. So
He'll come
Which
around.
one?
He always does.
Rebel Moon
If we can do,
director's cut.
if we can
part
do a
2.
Rebel Moon Part 2, Terra Firma double feature, I'm in.
I thought we were gonna do Terra Firma for your birthday.
I'm sick.
Cue it up.
I'm sick that day.
Okay, we won't tell you what day that
I'm
is.
gonna rebel.
Moon.
You can't.
And I will just
2.
and I will just moan you
Hold on, 2.
for 3 hours.
Get me at. Hey, take me home. Come on.
It's a half moon. It's a full moon.
All right, go watch The Rock. Charlie.
I